So, tonight, I welcome everybody to the Truth Series. So, kaya siya tinawag na series kasi tatlo or mas marami sa isa. So, it's not the first time that we had the Truth Series. Actually, this is the second time. This 24, first one was last year, tapos ngayon, yung second. No? So, unlike other talks that we were having before, or events that we are having, the Truth Series is actually more informational rather than exhortative or something that really has to do with, yung mag-inspire sa atin, no? It is more really of information. Yan. So last year, ano ba yung Truth Series natin? About Jesus, di ba? About the historical Jesus Christ. And trying to prove historically about Jesus Christ. And in the end, having more faith by discovering scientifical ways in trying to know who Jesus was. Yan. So that was last year. But this year is another special year. Yan. So because this year, we will have the Truth Series about the commandments. Yan. Who knows the 10 commandments? Yung pagkakasunod. Yung sunod-sunod talaga. Taas yung kamay, bibigyan ko ng 500. Pag siya, kung nakawat ako yung kay Clive, so alam ni Clive, so okay na yun. So, basically, brothers and sisters, di ba, hindi nga naman natin alam yung pagkakasunod eh. Hindi pa nga siguro natin memorize, pero in the end, alam naman talaga natin. It's just that hindi natin alam pagkakasunod, pero dahil hindi rin natin alam yung pagkakasunod and everything about it, then medyo kulang pa. No? And this Truth Series will help us know more of the commandments. So Gian said, tatlong days lang to, di ba? Tatlong Mondays. So we have 10 commandments. Kung sa tatlo, hindi talaga siya kakasya. So that's why we only chose 3. But, yan, we will try to produce a table. Actually, this talks nga pala came from the National Lincoln Training Conference in Cebu last year. And meron kasi yung table that was used that showed all the commandments. So basically, may pattern tayo on how we will present the commandments. And tonight is the first one. So I'll just give a brief introduction of the Truth Series itself. Pagtapos magawa yun. So una, before that, gusto ko lang magsabi na really thank you, Rock, for a wonderful worship. Kasi nga parang medyo matagal na rin akong nawala eh. Hindi ko alam kung na-miss nyo ako, pero sobrang na-miss ko yung lingkod. No? And tonight was really a great worship that we had. And, okay na. Hindi ko na alam sasabihin ko kasi sunod eh. Yun. So yun. Books, nga no. Okay, so bakit inaayos pa naman? Yun, brothers and sisters, na-mention kanina ni Gian that I'm studying in Don Bosco Center of Studies. So, Don Bosco Center of Studies, medyo mas maliit siya kaysa sa masikat sa Ateneo na LSM, Loyola School of Theology, LSM pala, Loyola School of Theology. Pero, kasing galing din. Yan, no? So, puprove ko yan na kasing galing namin sila. But since we are just a small school, we are trying to fund a scholarship fund for those who are attending our school. So, seminaryo kasi ito, yung Don Bosco Center of Studies. Pero hindi ako seminarista. So, I'm just one of the lay students that studied theology there. And we would want more of katulad ko that was given the chance to study. Actually, I'm graduating this year. So, for 3 years yun. For 3 years, I did not pay. Yan. I was a scholar for 3 years. Tama, di ba? Maganda sana kung lahat tayo maging scholar, di ba? Mag-aaral tayo lahat ng theology. Pero hindi kasi kailangan pa rin natin ng funds. Yan. So, yung Don Bosco Center of Studies would like to raise these funds and ayaw na yung mag-sell ng raffle tickets. We just want to sell books. Yan. So, This is one of the books na binibenta namin. It's called Youth Discipleship by Pope John Paul II. Siya yung isa sa mga bagong saints that we have. And this book contains all the World Youth Day messages. There is a study guide at the end which you can use in order for you to really know how wonderful this book is. This book is actually nominated for the Cardinal Santos something book awards. So, sorry, hindi ko alam yung buong name, but this is a nominated book for something like that. Pero, yun, it's worth 250 pesos. 250 pesos lang. It's almost 300 pages. So, parang parang worth it naman, no, piso per page. And it will really help our center. So, later, nasa GT lang siya. 10 lang kasi yung dala ko. So, if you would want to order, kung naubos na, just approach me. Kamusta ito? Thank you. Okay na ba? Ayun mo pala na. Okay.
Ibo ka, ibo.
Isa ako nga eh. Sige, gawin niyo yan. Okay, so our discussion is about plagiarism. Okay, the Truth series, yan. So, just a brief introduction. Okay, so, yun nga, no? So, we will be touching one area which is moral theology. So, what is moral theology? So, moral theology is the field of theology which studies and teaches how Christians and others ought to live. So, for this Truth series, we will be discussing the love of neighbor commandments, which is commandment number 4 to 10. Yan. So, basically, understanding the commandments, we would need to read from Deuteronomy 5, verse 1 to 4. So, anybody has a Bible? Yan, dapat alam natin kung nasan yan, di ba? Alam na natin yan. So, yung Deuteronomy, saan siya? Nasa Old Testament, and kasama siya sa group of books called the Pentateuch. Yan, galing yung estudyante ko. So, sino yung may Bible? Can you read Deuteronomy 5, verse 1 to 4, please? Sino na yung ready?
Then Moses summoned all Israel and said to them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and the ordinances which I am speaking today in your hearing, that you may learn them and observe them carefully. The Lord our God made a covenant with us at Horeb. The Lord did not make this covenant with our fathers, but with us, with all those of us alive here today. The Lord spoke to you face to face at the mountain from the midst of the fire, while I was standing between the Lord and you at that time.
Okay, so naintindihan ba natin? Nabasa niyo rin ba sa mga Bibles, no? Okay, so who was talking in the passage? Moses. Okay, Moses to the Israelites. Very good. So basically, the commandments, to understand it, it's under the context of a covenant. So what is a covenant? So a covenant is an agreement between two parties, unequal parties. So yung isa much weaker than the other. So in this case, who is weaker? The Israelites. Okay, so si God, siya yung nagbigay ng covenant to us. Okay? So in understanding the Ten Commandments, isipin natin, it's a covenant. Okay? Next. So it's intended to establish good relationship between God and us among human beings. Okay? So basically, in a covenant, God will not benefit anything from us. Do you agree? God can exist without us. Is that true? Pero human beings can benefit most with God, especially the Israelites in that time. When God introduced Himself to the Israelites, He has shown His power and might. At nagpakilala siya sa buong mundo, I am God. Lahat ng God sa kilala ng iba, wala yan. Ako ang Diyos. See how much the Israelite benefit to that. So that's why there is this commandment. So let's remember that context, okay? So focus is the covenantal relationship that the Lord is aiming at. So, sinapagawa niya to, not because He wants to dictate to us na ito dapat yung gawin nyo. Hindi. But He wants this because He wants us to be His people. He wants us to be known as His people. And through following 10 commandments, we are able to become one. Become His people, become His children. Okay, so for the next 3 sessions, we will cover the following. Okay, so the commandment itself. So, 3 commandments we will be discussing. So, the commandment in general, its significance, meaning, aim, and the inner disposition required to keep it. Second, the specific application of that commandment. Third, the actions directly forbidden and enjoined. Okay, fourth, other actions under the heading. And lastly, daily life application. So, ngayon, yun din yung i-discuss ko sa commandment that was assigned to me. So those who will be giving the other talks, people who are better than me, will be giving the same one, okay? Okay, so I'll be discussing life and kindness. Kasi bagay daw sa akin kasi I'm kind.
It's alive.
And alive. Hindi kasi ako din. So, life and kindness. So we'll be discussing the 6th commandment, which is galing nyo naman, alam nyo. So, yung thou shall not kill. Parang seems clear-cut naman, no? Who wants to kill? Anybody here who wants to kill? Kill anybody? Who has, not yet. Who has killed anybody? No, wala. No? Parang clear-cut naman, no? Yung commandment, no? Parang natin to discuss. Diba? So, thank you. Hindi, no? Pero, upon reflection, thou shall not kill. Does that mean that no man must go to war? And that every soldier is a murderer? Diba? Mayroong wars, no? Yung panahon pa ng, sa Bible pa lang, ang dami ng gera. Diba? Yung Israelite, yung Diyos pa nagsabi, patayin lahat yan. Siya ang sariling, siya mismo ang nag-break sa covenant, sa commandment. What do you think? Number 2, what? Ganyan talaga yun. What? Ganyan talaga. What? Ganyan talaga. Not even in self-defense. So, hayaan ko lang na patayin ako. Ayan. Not even in defense of father or mother or wife or child. Ayan, puro lahat din wala ako eh. Wala na akong tatay, wala namin, wala akong wife, wala akong child. Yun, so yan. Not yet. So yung childbirth, so third, no? Okay, saka na yung emo, no? Third na. So thou shall not kill in childbirth. If the mother's life is in peril, no? Di ba, controversial. Alam ko, you will ask this. May the life of the baby, sorry wala akong ka-text niya. Wala ko. Mali yan talaga. Pati ito isaway eh, baby. The life of the baby in the womb. Baby in the womb be crushed out by a physician to save the mother. Di ba? Is it murder? Did the doctor commit murder? Or yet again, may a patient suffering endurable pain, unendurable pain, and crying for death be put out of his suffering. Talagang cancer stage 9. Ganyan. Diba? Euthanasia. Meron ba siyang right to kill himself? Covered ba yun ng thou shall not kill? And lastly, what about suicide? May ganun pa. What about suicide? Furthermore, other things like if 2 men after shipwreck are clinging to a bit of wreckage, si Jack at si Rose, that will hold only one, may one purposely slip off to give the other a chance? Are you Jack? Did Jack commit suicide, brothers and sisters? Thou shalt not kill. Nasaan si Jack ngayon? Is he in hell or in heaven? So, things that we will reflect on today. Tonight pala. So, lastly, if a woman's virtue is in peril, paano ko nire-rating siya dapat? May she leap from a high window even at the risk of death? Or may she kill the man who threatens her chastity? Diba? So, it happened, no? Si Saint Maria Goretti, re-rapin siya, tumakbo siya, tapos ayaw pa rin, tumalun siya sa building, matay siya pa. Tapos alam mo, nung nakananay siya, as saint, andun doon yung mag-rape sa kanya, fully converted, na-evangelize. And other story na yun. Pero, di ba, did Maria Goretti commit suicide? So all these things, thou shalt not kill, all of these are covered. Seems clear-cut. When we read the Bible, it said, thou shalt not kill. Ayaw mo yan. Ayaw mo yan, walang problema. E paano kung papatayin ka na? O, papatayin ka ba? Diba? So, these things we would want to discuss and we would really want to study. So basically, what we want is really to answer it for ourselves. You know? Based on this reflection that we will have. Okay? Okay, so this is the universe. Parang ano lang, dumi lang. Pero universe yan. It is really the universe. Trust me, it's the universe. And life, the beginning of life, has never been proven. Agree? There's lots of theory out there. Big Bang theory. Ano pa ba? Boom. Theory. Oo, yung masabi naman. Boom theory. Ewan, basta. Or we are germs. We came from germs. So there's a lot of theory out there. And it will always remain a theory because nobody can go back to the time it all began. Nothing can be traced. Even the pinakalumang fossil, pinakalumang makita mo na itsurang tao, pero mukhang palangayo, ganyan. Wala. Nothing can ever prove the start of life. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay? So, if you want to talk about life, we talk about faith. Because in faith, we have it written. And if you believe that God exists, you will know who gave life. Who gave life. And that is the basic premise of thou shalt not kill. The basic premise is okay. Life came from God. Sige, so saan mga ganun siya yun? Life came from God. Tapos na, ayoko na. So, life came from God, brothers and sisters. So because it came from God, it is sacred. Life of human beings is sacred. We are not animals. The world would dictate to us that we are. That's why it's okay to kill. Parang pag pinatay natin yung pig para kainin natin, it's okay because we are also animals. We're trying to prove to ourselves that we are not animals. Actually, what we're trying to prove, brothers and sisters, is that there is no God. The world is dictating to us that there is no God. But in reality, if you really study harder, it is impossible that there will be no God. So our conclusion is that life came from somebody, came from God. Because we're Christians, we believe it came from God. So that is the basic premise to any case that I have shown you earlier. The basic premise. Later, pwede natin isa-isahin if you want, no? Kung anong dapat natin gawin on each one. Pero, parang ayokong gawin, naman natatakot ako sa inyo. Pero, we can do that, no? Mamaya. Okay, so now, introduction pa lang yun yung kanina. Hindi ba ako nag-start? So, basically, the selection of things that we'll be discussing is not as exhaustive. So, there's so many things that we can discuss about thou shalt not kill. And kanina, di ba, parang trigger ko na yung appetite nyo, no? Now, trying to know more about it. But we will not discuss on everything. But basically, I have given you the basic premise that life comes from God, therefore life is sacred. But we will try to touch specific things that is more relevant to us, especially as single professionals. Okay? So, the list on the outlines is intended. So, yung outline, ito yung NLTC ni Ruby, no? Dami niyang messages dito, may mga reflection. Basahin niyo isang reflection niya. Joke lang. So, meron dito isang Ten Commandments chart. Yan. So, we will try to give each one of you a copy. So, you have to return next week. Okay? So, first is to illustrate the way the commandment functions as a guide of life. Next is to touch on some matters of current concern and give an orientation to them, like I said earlier. Okay, so for thou shalt not kill. So, ano kaya yung action that is directly forbidden? Or talagang under no circumstances, hindi siya po pwede. So again, our purpose is to know, in this case, what counts as murder. No, kanina, yung mga example natin, soldiers going to war, does that count as murder? Okay? So, basically, the commandment prohibits the shedding of innocent blood or the unjust taking of human life. So, under no circumstances should we kill an innocent blood or unjustly take another human's life. So kung walang reason or kung innocently papatayin mo, huwag mo nang patayin. So kung gusto niyo patayin, pwede sabihin kayo na yan. Yun gusto niya eh. Hindi, joke lang. So yun yung ano, no? So in the negative, so what is prohibited? So let's start with more current, abortion. Okay. So abortion, Romans 3 verse 8. So brothers and sisters, did you bring your Bible? Pwedeng pabasa ulit yung Romans 3 verse 8. So next week, let's try to bring our Bibles or download an app in our phone Bible. Okay, Romans 3 verse 8. Si Pete. Ay. Si, Clyde?
Why not say, as we are being slanderously reported as saying, and as some claim that we say, let us do evil that good may result. Their condemnation is the same.
Okay, so very clear, no? Does not justify the means. Abortion will never justify the means. So, brothers and sisters, the church, let it also be our own stand about abortion, that we say no to abortion. I know there will be lots of cases that you will be thinking of, like for example, we had one, right? About saving either the mother or the child. So the biggest predicament there is actually the doctor, like Doc Ian. In that case, what will he do? See, so basically on our basic premise, so life came from God. So what would Doc Ian do? Would he kill any of them? No. Of course not. Kasi definitely no killing. Will he choose to kill the baby. Diba? Yun yung whole point of abortion. To save the mom, kill the baby. Basically, the stand of the church is that life is sacred. And there should be no choice. There should be no choice. The work of Dong Ian is to save both lives. He should not choose who to save. It is God who will choose who will he take, the mom or the child. We do not choose when we live. We do not choose when we die. Especially if we are choosing na mamatay yung isang bata na inosente. O yung batang inosente, gusto niyang mamatay yung nanay niya. Nobody chooses. It is only God. Is that clear? I mean, that puts an end to abortion stories. We should save lives. Diba, we have pro-RH, or RH bill to save lives, to save the mom. But how about the baby? There should be no choice. God will give the choice. God is the giver of life. Life came from God, therefore life is sacred. So each one of us doesn't have any right of taking a life. Okay? So that's for abortion. Are we clear on that? Hindi ko kayo pinapagalitan, I'm just stressing a point. Okay, next, suicide. Suicide. Matthew 22 verse 39. Okay, sino na meron? Si Pete.
And the second is like it, you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
Okay, so basically our life is not really our own. We do not choose when to die. If we never choose when we live, kung pwede mabuhay ng sariling kong day, kung nagagawa na yun ng tao, Diyos na siya. Diba? So that's why our life is not our own. It's really God. So in suicide, definitely no killing of oneself. But, example, Maria Goretti. Diba tumalon siya? Tumalon siya. Is that suicide? What do you think? So basic premise, God owns life. Okay, so firstly, she acted in self-defense. Diba? She wants to save her chastity. So, when she jumped on the window, did she want to die? Did she want to die? No! She wanted to escape the rapist, no? She didn't intend to die. She wanted to get out of there. So, is that suicide? She was defending herself, so not. No? So again, we should only just go back to the basic premise. So if it is selfish in intent, like pag-iwalay yung girlfriend mo, tapos sabi mo, ayaw mo na talaga ng buhay nito, yun, talaga yun. Suicide talaga yun. See you in hell. No? Ano ba? Pero, while nag-suicide siya, pero psychologically, hindi siya well, may sakit siya psychologically, then she or he didn't have the freedom to choose. Kasi he or she is psychologically not well. So that is not suicide. So, depende talaga, no? So again, the objective part of the act will always be following God's law and the normal law, natural law. Yung subjective part or yung conditions, dun lang tayo magkakatalo. Okay? So yeah, another qualification, a qualification of the commandments, defense of others. So those in war. So those in war are not murderers. So in both sides, they're trying to defend other people, their own nation. So siguro the biggest cause is the one who is aggressive, who who aggressively went to war. No, yun yun. Pero those in defense, and including the soldiers, both in the aggressive side and the defensive side, is not murderers. Again, because they are defending life. They're trying to save life of their nation. Sumusunod lang din sila sa mga nag-utos sa kanila. They're not acting on their own freedom. So war, the soldiers are not murderers. Okay? Clear ba tayo doon? So don't call soldiers murderers. Especially if they're trying to save you. Ayan. Okay, so ayaw natin yung negative, no? Parang, though marami tayong tutunan, ayaw natin yun. So, marami pa tayong pwedeng discuss, like euthanasia and other Asia, but we will just stick with those two. Ayan. So, positively naman, what is enjoying with thou shalt not kill? So first, yung pinaka-obvious, saving life. So, we're obligated to save life when we have the opportunity. So, if it's self-defense, it's your life that you're saving. If your friend is being oppressed, and you're trying to defend him or her, and you are the only one who will be able to defend him or her, then you can. I don't mean you can kill them. You can save. You can save that life. Okay? So we use the positive. Okay. So negative commandments are absolute, so never kill, di ba? But positive ones are conditional. Yun, katulad ng kanina, no? Di ba we want to save a life? Pero depende siya sa ability mo. For example, yung kapitbahay niyo nag-choke, tapos ikaw, civil engineer. Civil engineer. No? So, basically, don't try to save the life of your neighbor kagad kung hindi mo rin alam. Try to seek another person's another person will be able to save the life of this person. Okay? So, in saving life, meron din siyang kailangan mong gawin. Kailangan kaya mo. So, kung hindi mo kaya, wag na lang. Kunwari, bumubog si Ronald ng 15. So, malamang hindi ko kaya magtanggol yan. So, wag na lang. No? Mabahin ko kay Ronald. Kaya na lang. Daling ka sa hospital, bro. So, next naman, yung one's responsibility. So, kunwari, may appendicitis, no? Tapos, nurse ka. O, di ba, medyo malapit. You do not perform an operation. Kahit gusto mo mag-defend, no? Sarili mo pala yun, no? Appendicitis. So, you go to a doctor and somebody who is responsible for your health. So, saving life doesn't mean doing it every time, no? Meron din, no? May conditional din siya. It depends on your ability and your responsibility. Okay, and last is respect for human life and the human person. So, clear naman, no, about respect for human life and human person. And we have been discussing it kanina pa about that our life is a gift from God. So, pass na natin yan. Okay, so we'll now go to the daily life application of thou shalt not kill. So what's the daily life application of thou shalt not kill? Did thou shalt not kill me? Siyempre, okay. Okay, so we should understand the aim of the commandment. So the commandment should always shape our daily life. So when God gave the commandments, it's not for minsanan lang or conditional. No? Well, yes, it's in the negative and it's in the extreme. But under each of the commandments is a bigger and much broader things that God would want to say to us. So each commandment, thou shalt not kill, should shape our daily life. Okay, so let's read Galatians 5 verse 22. Walang ready, may Bible. Basa. Kaya sa Truth Series, let's bring our Bible next week. I will check. yun, nakakita. Ayan. Tago ko na. Okay, si Pete ulit.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness.
Okay, so the daily life application is using the fruit of the Spirit, and we will be focusing on kindness. So what is kindness? Kindness is the disposition to do good to others where we can. So let us be kind to others. So it applies to material care for others, helping those in need, having an eye to the weak and dependent, etc. The commandment should lead us to actively pursue ways in which to care for one another and do good to one another. Okay? Is that clear? Okay, so, we come to the point of our conclusion. So we will have an open forum at the end, so around 5 minutes. But first, before I conclude, I would like to tell a story. When I was a kid, I really love playing basketball. Hindi lang halata kasi mataba ako no? Pero I really love playing basketball. And ang favorite player ko si Robert Jaworski. Sorry medyo old school. No? Parang hindi kilala ni Gian no? So si Robert Jaworski. I'm a big Ginebra fan. As in, no? Noong mga 19-something, I asked my dad, I asked Santa actually, or my dad, I asked my dad, kung pwede sana, mabilihan ako ng shoes. Ako kasi hindi ako talaga humihingi, pero parang nagpapapansin ako na pangat ng shoes ko, yung ganyan. No? Hindi talaga ako palahimik bata pero siguro napansin ng daddy ko, kasi talagang favorite ko si Joe, and nagkaroon ng Big J na shoes. So nung one time, they got my grade, so syempre mataas. Pero minsan lang tumaas yun so mataas. So, binigyan ako ng daddy ko ng gift. Nagkaroon ako ng Big J na shoes. Yan. Kasi talaga, super love ko siya. No? Pero si Big J, hindi siya sikat. Hindi sikat siya, no? Pero hindi siya sikat for my generation. Kasi, matanda na rin si Joe nung time na yun So, yung mga favorite na si Alvin Patrimonio, si Jojo Lastimosa, lahat yan, di pa rin kilala ng Gian. And, syempre, lahat sila tinutokso ko. As in, ano ba naman yung idol mo, matanda na, gurang na, ganyan. Tapos, syempre, yun yung na-action nila sa akin. Tapos, one time, habang nasa swimming class kami, syempre, wala naman nagsiswimming na shoes, di ba? So, tinanggal ko yung shoes ko. One time, nakita ko, yung isang, tinago ko talaga yung shoes ko Talagang love na love ko yun. Tinago ko, laki ko dala yung box, ilagay ko siya sa bag ko, yan, pinandado, basta sinara ko lang, tapos tinago ko ng very safely. Habang nagsiswimming kami, nakita ko yung sapatos ko lumilipad papunta sa swimming pool. May si Raulo kong classmate na tinapon yung shoes dun sa tubig. Just imagine my reaction. So I said, okay lang yan? Of course, I didn't do that. Makita ko sa pool, tapos nakita ko siya, sinapak ko, tapos tinapon ko sa pool. Tinapon ko sa pool. Sinuntok ko, tapos tinapon ko sa pool. Tapos, pinagmumura ko, tapos, sobrang galit ko talaga. Siyempre, ayokong gawin yun, thou shall not kill nga, Pero, sobrang galit, Talagang asar na asar talaga ako na tinapon yung shoes ko. Regalo sa kanya ng tatay ko. Kasi hindi yung pinaka-favorite ko. And the most valuable for me at that time. Na sobrang galit ko, talagang nanakit na ako. Talagang galit na galit ako. So much so with our life. But, our life is a gift. It is a gift from God. I remember I heard Jenna earlier when she said her Thanksgiving. Lord, thank you for the gift of life. At the end of this talk, I want you, brothers and sisters, to really examine that, really reflect on life as a gift. A gift that is coming from God. A gift that you should value more. And just not value, but defend it with all your life. Also, at the end of the day, we should also want to celebrate life. Celebrate this gift that is given to us by God. So as I conclude, let's celebrate the gift of life that is given to us by God. Thank you. So we have